Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum and a very happy Tuesday. Selamat datang to my Kurus Talk Q&A santai bersama dengan saya pada malam ini. And as always, very quick audio check. Ya, let me know sekiranya anda boleh mendengar saya dengan jelas. And kita akan mulakan kita punya rancangan ataupun bicara secepat mungkin. And saya harap anda semua sihat and sejahtera dalam keadaan selepas bulan Syawal. Ya, dah habis Syawal kita. And as always, if it's not too late, saya ingin of course mengucapkan selamat Hari Raya, but it's too late already. So I just hope that everybody had a great bulan Syawal and kembali perhaps kehidupan yang dulunya without the lockdown dan sebagainya. And yeah, thank you so much for the confirmation, Shahira and Shazmin, that the audio is nice and clear. And yeah, for me so far, it's been a busy week. Not so much busy dengan myself, but busy dengan my daughter especially. A lot of tennis tournaments around the corner. She plays tennis. Last weekend we had a tournament in Kelana Jaya for tennis Selangor, and tomorrow we are going to Kuantan for the Tennis Malaysia Junior Leg number 3. Yeah, so things that I enjoy because it's the luar aliran pekerjaan, and I hope that excuse me, for those of you who are parents, that you enjoy the cabaran and kesibukan keluarga, because for me, end of the day, that's what I live for, which is the masa bersama dengan keluarga tersayang. So if you happen to be in Kuantan and you see me there, yeah, I am in Kuantan. And yeah, say hi. Ramai orang selalu macam, oh Kevin, I saw you in Kuantan. Was that you ke? But if you do want to say hi, just say hi. I am a very nice guy. Okay. All right. So now let's get going and let's look at soalan-soalan yang ada di sini. And again, ya, waalaikumsalam semua. Sekiranya anda punya sebarang pertanyaan about anything and everything, can be pemakanan, senaman, produk yang kurus tapi tak kurus-kurus juga. You can talk about mental health, kehidupan, isu semasa. This is really a Q&A santai session, so there's no questions yang off board. Sorry, I just had cereal and there's a cereal piece stuck in my throat. But yeah, the life must go on, kan? All right, so now let's see here and see what questions that we have. And then the first question is daripada Nur Azila Cik Hasbullah. Adakah diet IF boleh berjaya? And in most of our live sessions, seminar dan sebagainya, this is always a very popular question because intermittent fasting or IF tu sangat popular, but it's not benda yang baru sebenarnya. It's been around for many years. I think initially it came out di 80-an, but because of social media and all, it's quite popular. So now, adakah diet IF boleh berjaya? Yes, but the same thing goes dengan diet-diet yang lain juga. You can berjaya dengan mana-mana diet, whether it is IF or Keto or Atkins or suku-suku separuh or diet pyramid or diet mana-mana. Yang paling penting is jumlah pengambilan kalori is selari and sewajar dengan keperluan Nur Azila. And yang paling penting is not sama ada diet tu akan membantu anda, yes or no. Again, they all do. But yang paling penting is, adakah Azila boleh kekalkan diet IF untuk jangka masa yang berpanjangan? Because jawapannya, if the answer is no, then it does not menyelesaikan usaha Azila untuk ingin kurang kawal berat badan. At the end of the day, pemakanan yang anda pilih mesti number one, selari dengan keperluan diri. Nombor dua, perlu menggembirakan pada masa yang sama. Does not mean semua makanan yang anda pilih tu menggembirakan 24 jam 7 hari seminggu, but at least you look forward kepada makanan yang anda pilih itu supaya ia kekal. Because benda yang gembira is mudah untuk dikekalkan, and diet-diet yang agak ekstrim, I'm not saying IF is extreme, but kalau anda pilih diet yang agak ekstrim, then agak stres, and nanti Azila akan menanti penghujung rancangan and kembali kepada cara yang lama. So my advice to you is belajarlah daripada pelbagai ilmu diet mana-mana, and then peti ilmu kanan kiri, and then bina diet Azila yang tersendiri yang Azila boleh kekalkan untuk jangka masa yang berpanjangan. Because again, success is not about short term, it's really about kejayaan jangka masa yang berpanjangan. And that for me is usually the masalah dengan diet-diet yang agak ekstrim, seperti Keto or Atkins or OMAD and GM diet. It's not sustainable. Bukan tak boleh cuba, but yang paling penting is Azila perlu ada kaedah atau ilmu untuk melakar plan pemakanan yang normal but sesuai untuk membantu Azila kurangkan berat badan maupun kekalkan berat badan. Now, what diet do I amalkan? Jujur cakap, I don't have any special diet. I basically look at pengambilan kalori secara umumnya. I create maybe a small deficit here and there. I don't count calories, but mahir mengenalinya. And my diet daripada January 1st sampailah December 31st, kecuali Ramadan, is always the same. I don't have any like, okay, this 2 minggu I'm going to do diet A and then tukar ke diet C. Stress. So my approach is really I look at things secara jangka masa berpanjangan, and I've been eating like that untuk berpuluh tahun sudah. Tua sudah Cik Kevin ini. But at the end of the day, it sesuai untuk diri saya. So Azila perlu tepuk dada and tengok kesesuaian diet tersebut dengan diri anda. There is no one diet yang sesuai untuk semua orang. It's really about pilihan diri sendiri. And if let's say Azila pilih IF sekarang, okay, great. Once you get bored of it, manalah tahu, then you can cuba pemakanan yang berbeza. But again, there is no penghujung kepada the usaha untuk mengawal pemakanan, because same thing dengan kewangan, you can belanja, but nak tak nak kita kena mengawalnya supaya memastikan kita tak kehabisan in that sense. Yeah, so boleh berjaya, but tak semestinya. It's not salah or penentu diet tersebut. It is basically soal kebolehan untuk jangka masa yang berpanjangan. Alright, let me see what else we have here. Yeah, I'm going to try and scroll down. And since I do this every week, I'm going to try and pilih soalan perhaps yang lain daripada yang lain. And let's see. Ya, waalaikumsalam semua. Thank you. How does keto work? Saya daripada Shazmin. Keto diet essentially is a diet yang melarang atau mengawal pengambilan karbohidrat supaya you get into this ketogenic state where the body burns fat dan seterusnya. Now, same thing dengan intermittent fasting, you akan quote-unquote berjaya mengurangkan berat badan, but the problem similarly to IF, it is not something really that you can sustain sepanjang tahun because it's quite difficult untuk mengelak makanan roti, buah-buahan, nasi and all because it's makanan-makanan ruji kita. So while you do keto or Atkins, it's quite akan kurangkan berat badan because you membuang carbohydrates. And when you membuang carbohydrates dalam jumlah yang agak besar, you membuang kalori dengan jumlah yang agak besar juga. So dengan itu, you wujudkan a deficit as well. And pada masa yang sama, you get into that ketogenic state where your breath tu macam lain macam sikit. But it's not penentu berjaya gagal. And again, it goes back to intermittent fasting or mana-mana diet. Every diet will either cuba mengawal jumlah pengambilan kalori dengan menghadkan jenis makanan or menghadkan waktu makanan. But you cannot run away from the concept of mengawal kuantiti pengambilan because even if you makan benda yang sihat pun, let's say ke kacang ke apa, buat berlebihan, macam kisah si lembu, then berat badan pun masalah juga because si lembu pun agak malas pada masa yang sama. So it is the quantity kawalan terlebih dahulu, and then once the quantity tu dah bagus, then my advice is look at the quality of the quantity. And then soalan daripada Nuri, IF only tools je kan formula sebab Fia jadi kawalan defisit kan. Yeah, at the end of the day, one way or another, dia akan melibatkan calorie deficit one way or another. I know it's boring, calorie deficit. Tak ada benda lain, kecil Kevin. Now, the calorie deficit is fundamental. It's asas nutrisi 101. It's the same thing dengan kewangan. You melabur-lah ke mana-mana pun, at the end of the day, it's about income versus expenses to mengawal kedua-duanya. If kedua-dua itu terkawal, then great. But if you tak mengawal your expenses, tak kiralah keuntungan you banyak mana, sukar untuk ada saving. So as boring as it is, kejayaan, as I always say, mana-mana bidang is asas. Once your foundation is strong, then you can cuba kaedah-kaedah yang perhaps luar biasa sikit, but the end of the day it comes back to calories. Why? Because makanan mengawal pengambilan kalori, senaman mengawal pembakaran kalori. Those two things akan mempengaruhi jumlah deficit or surplus yang akan menentukan penambahan kawalan atau pengurangan berat badan. But I know it's boring, but that is the reality of it, kan? I was just watching this video on Instagram. You know how Instagram has this feeds, and it was whenever they show you a video, it's probably like a popular video. And this video was about a pineapple juice, and the title of the pineapple juice recipe was drink this for 3 weeks and kurangkan 15 kilo. And of course, it gets 100,000 of views. Will you kurangkan 15 kilo if you drink that pineapple juice for 3 minggu? If you only drink the pineapple juice, maybe, I don't know. But if you just drink the pineapple juice di samping pemakanan seharian anda dengan nasi, lauk, ayam, ikan, probably no. But again, a lot of this is clickbait. Clickbait ni macam nak memancing viewership and all. And the recipe is good. It's basically kandungan-kandungan yang semula jadi. But it's not going to be semudah itu. Kalau ia semudah, minumlah pineapple smoothie juice itu, kurangkan 15 kilo dalam masa 3 minggu, dan semua orang dah kurus, tak perlu ada Cik Kevin, tak perlu ada kurus talk sebegini. But it's not that easy. But in reality, again, because ia masalah yang berluas, everybody is looking for quick fix or it's new trend or something that gives them hope. And it's okay, but at the end of the day, the hope needs to be managed supaya your expectation tu is realistic, and it needs to be disampingi dengan ilmu asas supaya you can use your hope and your ilmu and your istiqamah and your usaha ke arah yang helps you to progress. But if you are misled by a lot of this social media sensationalization, then it creates false expectation for you dan stress kau. Because you mengharapkan minum benda ni kurang 15 kilo 3 minggu, but it's not that easy. It is not that mudah untuk just drink that, maka akan dapat benda tu. And it's the same thing dengan produk-produk yang dipasarkan oleh pelbagai pihak. It is not semudah minum mana-mana produk akan kurang berat A, B, C, D, E. It's not as easy as drinking this shake and then tiba-tiba akan terbakar lemak kau. It does not work that way. And malangnya, and I say malang because I try to talk to the pihak yang berkuasa to mengawalnya, but there's no consumer protection when it comes to these janji-janji manis. And I always get angry when people share these kind of things because I know people are going to read these things and they're going to hold on to the promise of this product untuk menyembuhkan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but it does not work that way. And it does not mean produk tu jahat. It's just kandungan semula jadi juga. But at the end of the day, it's not as easy as makan dan minum benda ni. Oh, sapulah. Cream. As well as this cream that I got in my feet as well. As this cream kurus malam kau. Yeah, it does not work that way. But because again, ia masalah yang berluas, ramai orang, ada demand untuk melanggannya. Hence, dia ada supply. Without the demand, there is no supply. All right, let me try and keep the answers as short as possible supaya kita boleh jawab banyak soalan as possible as well. All right, daripada Iliana Ilyas, diet yang mana yang paling bagus untuk ibu selepas bersalin dan menyusukan bayi? Now, same thing as well, but more specific. Untuk ibu yang menyusu, you don't want to mengamalkan diet yang drastic, yang ada banyak restrictions, including the calories yang terlalu rendah, or banyak ni tak boleh makan and all, because ia boleh mengurangkan penghasilan susu ibu kepada bayi, because your body cannot produce milk if it itself tak cukup bekalan zat nutrisi untuk menampung keperluan diri. So if keperluan diri tak tertampung, then your body akan sekat penghasilan susu ibu, because untuk menghasilkan susu ibu dia berkalori. Susu ibu yang diperah satu botol kecil, tak ada botol kat sini, but if you had a small bottle of baby milk, it's about 60-70 calories. So if you have 8 botol kecil sehari, that's about 400-500 calories. So if you restrict calorie intake dengan agak drastic, it akan boleh mengakibatkan atau mengurangkan penghasilan susu ibu anda. So my advice number one is don't go on crazy deficit calorie restrictions yang besar. Don't go on diet yang extreme. Saya rasa dalam agama Islam pun untuk ibu yang menyusu, amalan berpuasa tak digalakkan atau tak dibenarkan. I'm not sure. Please let me know dalam ruangan komen what the hukum is. Why? Because Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala pun maha adil, maha memahami ibu memerlukan tenaga untuk dibekalkan kepada bayi cahaya mata beliau. So my advice to you, long story short, Iliana, is have a balanced diet, carbohydrates, protein, and lemak. Protein tu penting because susu sebahagian besarnya pun adalah protein juga, and susu adalah minuman yang paling seimbang. Whether it's susu ibu, or susu lembu, or susu si kambing, basically dia ada lemak, protein, and carbohydrates, lactose and all. So it's quite balanced. but you need to see what kind of makanan or minuman dalam your diet yang seimbang itu yang either merangsangkan penghasilan susu ibu or menyekatkan penghasilan susu ibu. In my wife's case, susu jagung somehow helped my wife to produce quality and quantity of breast milk for our kids. So without the susu jagung, somehow or another did not quite trigger the penghasilan susu ibu. So yeah, my advice to Juliana is start with a balanced diet dulu, and look at the trigger makanan that help you to produce enough milk. Stress also a factor as well. If your body is stressed, a lot of things can happen. So try and prioritize kepentingan for your cahaya mata. And later on in time, when perhaps you transition into formula milk or 50-50, then perhaps you can look at more other ways of pemakanan untuk membantu anda mengurangkan berat badan itu kembali. But the first priority pada permulaannya should be kepada your beautiful baby. All right, let's see. What else we have here? La 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 la. Ta, 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 ta. Okay, let me see. If you answer for the hukum berpuasa semasa menyusukan anak, let me know so I can learn as well. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I did pick your question. Okay, suka soalan IF tu. Let's see. Okay. Daripada Daus. Salam, saya nak tanya. Sekarang saya dah capai BMI yang normal. Any tips to maintain lebih-lebih dari segi pemakanan? Thank you. Thank you so much for your question, Daus. So, tahniah, number one, kerana berjaya untuk dapatkan berat badan yang ideal. And once berat badan tu ideal, pemakanan tu, my advice, jangan kembali perhaps ke pemakanan yang menjadi punca kenaikan berat badan, because that will again then bring you back kepada yang lama. So then my advice is cari a balance di mana again your intake pemakanan dengan your keperluan makanan is agak sama. I'm using again perumpamaan saving kewangan. If you nak save more money or kurangkan berat badan, you make sure that you spend less than you earn. Yeah, so now that you want to maintain your kewangan, you basically spend and earn the same sahaja. So you can tepuk dada diri sendiri, and you have to ask yourself, sekarang, Daus, do I know what is my keperluan makanan sebenarnya? And if you want to know how to do this, very, very simple, and I will do it with you right now. And I'm just going to blast sahaja based on what I see on my screen right here from your face. Yeah, let me see. Let me change the background sekejap. It looks a bit odd, kan? No. Okay. All right, so we're going to go to Google. We're going to type in BMR calculator. BMR calculator, you go to the first link kat sini. I'm going to remove your question. Tak payah, tak apa. Now just scroll up a bit. So I'm seeing, okay, you're looking very young. So let's say you're 28. You're a male. Yeah, your height, let's say like you are 170. And your weight, let's say, looking at you, let's say it is 68 kilo lah. You calculate this, and you will get this charta, which is here. This charta ni is basically how many calories your body burns per day berdasarkan kepada your activity. Sedentary ke, senaman 1-3 times a week, bersenam dengan lebih banyak. So, kena tepuk dada, Daus, and ask yourself, yang mana yang paling sesuai untuk diri anda. And if let's say it is bersenam 1, 2, 3 kali seminggu, dan untuk maintain berat badan, you need lebih kurang 2,200 kalori. So then the next thing you can do kalau you nak is to then look at your pemakanan seharian and tengok dia okay tak dengan 2,000 itu. It doesn't have to be ngam-ngam 2,210, but agak-agak, because there will be days you makan terlebih, there will be days you makan kurang sikit. But again, this is Nutrition 101, which we use in our program juga untuk bantu peserta mewujudkan defisit yang realistik, and in your case to mewujudkan a deficit yang agak kosong because just nak kekalkan berat badan sahaja. Alright, beres. Very, very good. Okay, let me see. Yeah, Siti Fairuz, IF, tapi the downside, badan rasa flabby, so I stop. Yeah, so now again, every diet has pros and cons. You will typically only hear success stories on social media because the people who don't succeed, they share it, but doesn't really get shared across social media and viral. Does not mean again diet is jahat ke tak jahat ke apa ke. It just means kesesuaian diri. So you can try. If it's good for you, you continue. Kalau you rasa boleh. But if you rasa tak sesuai dengan diri anda, kurang bermaya ke, flabby ke, then you tukar kepada pemakanan ataupun gaya hidup yang lebih sesuai untuk diri anda. Alright, question from YouTube. Muhammad Kuzaiman bin Rohaizat. Tuan, nak tanya, waktu yang okey untuk kita makan pada waktu bila dan berapa kali kita boleh makan sehari? So nak using contoh, Muhammad, I use contoh tadi yang Daus punya ni. If katakan Daus kena makan 2,200 kalori sehari, that is sehari. So it does not matter sama ada makan dalam 3 hidangan or 10 hidangan. Yang paling penting adalah jumlah pengambilan sehari. Contohnya puasa, makan sahur, berbuka dengan more, as long as 3 hidangan itu tak melebihi, in this case, 2,210, that's fine. And same thing juga kalau makan 10 kali sehari, that means 200, sampailah dapat 2,000 juga. So yang paling penting is the quantity seharian. And then seboleh-bolehnya, if you ask my opinion, I suka makan kerap. So I makan breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack 6 kali sehari. Makes me happy and it gives me bekalan tenaga yang kecil but berkekalan. So my energy does not macam spike and plunge. Because when you berpuasa, sahur, energy is high. Then bila antara Zohor, Asar tu energy quite down, kurang bekalan tenaga. Then you berbuka puasa, energy comes back dengan agak tsunami again. So it is soal pilihan individu. Again, I personally prefer makan kerap supaya dapat bekalan tenaga yang kecil but consistent, supaya glukos darah pun is stabil and tak bergelora. So that is the berapa kali sehari boleh makan. And waktu yang sesuai is suka hati kau. Depends on when you bangun pagi, depends on your pola activity seharian. But again, using my perumpamaan sebagai contoh, kalau saya makan 6 kali sehari, seboleh-bolehnya gap di antara setiap hidangan tu agak konsisten. Macam waktu sekolah juga, makan pagi, rehat pagi, makan tengah hari, snack petang, makan malam dengan supper. So dia punya gap tu is plus or minus 2 jam di antara hidangan supaya bekalan makanan tenaga itu tidak terhenti. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Kalau body bakar lemak, adakah cuma subcutaneous fat termasuk visceral fat? Ada tips macam mana nak burn more visceral fat? So now, visceral fat is the lemak di antara organ. The other one is lemak secara umumnya. Now, you cannot just membakar lemak mana-mana. It does not matter whether it's visceral fat or your overall body fat. It is up to the DNA badan to menentukan tempat pembakaran lemak. And that's why you ada bentuk buah badan yang pelbagai. Some body store more fat in the lower body, some more in the upper body, some more dekat pipi dan sebagainya. So, but if you kurangkan berat badan secara umumnya, your body will tap into the visceral fat as well. It is a package deal. So usually kalau berat berlebihan, your visceral fat would be generally on the higher side. But if your berat badan tu agak normal, dan lemak-lemak di antara organ, visceral fat pun biasanya akan normal atau berkurangan juga. And of course, kepentingan visceral fat ni is soal cholesterol, high blood pressure. It is earlier indicators because all of these things sangkut paut dengan obesity. So my advice to you, Nurul, is to mengawal berat badan, mengurangkan berat badan, which justru itu akan mengurangkan stres badan, and insyaAllah also will mengurangkan visceral fat pada masa yang sama. All right, let's see what else we have here. And if you're just joining me, welcome to our Q&A santai every Tuesday, 8 malam, where we talk about anything and everything. So if you have sebarang pertanyaan, please use the comment section to ask me anything, and I will try and answer your questions dengan seringkas-ringkasnya pada malam ini. All right, let's go. So soalan daripada Haika Syahira. Kevin, any tips cara nak pilih kasut yang sesuai untuk aktiviti senaman? Yes. Now, very, very good question and very important. Jangan memperkecilkan kepentingan kasut dalam usaha senaman anda, especially bab melibatkan risiko kecederaan. Now, most of you ada running shoes. Running shoes only sesuai really for running or mana-mana pergerakan yang agak lurus. Running shoe is quite ringan, and a running shoe di punya tapak tu is quite soft to help you absorb the rentak larian. Now, a running shoe tak sesuai untuk badminton, tak sesuai untuk weight training, tak sesuai untuk high intensity interval training, tak sesuai untuk netball, basketball, tennis. Any activity where you have side-to-side lateral movements, a running shoe does not really give you that side support where the dangers of you rolling your ankle lebih susah. And cuba buat a lunge or a squat on a running shoe yang tapaknya again agak lembut, you akan bergetar-getar sikit because the kedudukan is not very stable. So now, what shoe should you buy instead of the running shoe? Keep your running shoe for running. You must have at least, in add-on for the running shoe, you must have at least one pair of training shoe. Training shoe ni lebih lebar sikit, lebih berat sikit, tapaknya lebih keras sikit, sebab dia memberikan kedudukan yang lebih kukuh, lebih stabil, and allows you for lateral movements. Can you use a training shoe for running? I would not, because the tapak again is very keras, and it will cause issues nanti with your stride and your tapak kaki. So again, jangan memperkecilkan kepentingan pilihan kasut for the sports that you play. I personally have a running shoe, I have a training shoe, I have a ping pong shoe, badminton shoe, futsal shoe, tennis shoe, football gelanggang outdoor studs shoe. So I have a shoe for every occasion, not because I like to buy shoes, but I want to mengurangkan risiko kecederaan. And I have seen so many people in our program get injured playing badminton terutamanya because they play with a running shoe. And when you lunge forward to get a drop shot with a running shoe yang kurang lateral support, it's easy to roll the ankle over and you berdepan dengan potential koyakan ligament just because of why the kasut was not meant for the occasion. So again, always utamakan keselamatan, especially if berat badan masih berlebihan, because when you are a bit overweight, baru start bersenam, your overall coordination balance is not yet that strong. Lagilah you need tapak yang kukuh, tapak yang stabil to allow you to get started. It's the same thing dengan bicycle. Mountain bike, heavy, yeah, but the tire is stable, yeah, very wide and very strong, not very fast. So again, the road bike with tire to very nipis, kurang friction, yeah, you can go faster, but if things go wrong, losing balance is a lot easier as well. Yeah, so I hope this helps you daripada pilihan kasut. And if you don't have any other shoe than your running shoe, then yeah, the event 6 Jun dah lepas for your Shopee and Lazada. So maybe wait for next month for a sale. But yeah, paling kurang get one running shoe and one training shoe. All right, let's see what else we have here. Let's see. All right, we have here daripada Syahira. As far as I know, pengambilan protein bagus semasa sedang menurunkan berat badan dan menambahkan otot badan. But saya dapati bila ambil protein sepertinya keluar angin juga kerap. Yeah, it's true. It's the nitrogen release is part of the protein chemical chain ke apa, but protein is a macronutrient. You have 3 macronutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Protein should be part of your diet pada bila-bila masa. Whether it is penurunan berat badan, kekalkan berat badan, menambahkan berat badan, it is part of pengambilan macronutrient. It has a role, the amino acids, to repair wear and tear otot, to repair wear and tear ligaments. So every macronutrient mempunyai fungsi badan yang tersendiri. But of course, pengambilan yang berlebihan can lead to other side effects like gas release dan seterusnya. So pilihlah protein yang perhaps tidak memberikan that impact kepada diri anda. So like telur, probably yes. So carilah protein yang tidak mempunyai that side effect for you. All right. So yeah, Kuzaiman, again, go to this website to look at how many calories that you need per day. Just type in your age, weight, height, and jantina. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Afifa Ali is here. Afifa Ali is orang kuat in our program BSK and cabaran 30 hari, which you are welcome to join as well. I will just show you real quick. Yeah, we have our 30-day challenge coming up starting on the 21st of June, our cabaran 30 hari. It's only as little as 50 ringgit sahaja. And do join us. It's really an amazing program dengan pelbagai pembelajaran bersama. And ramai orang di sini sememangnya merupakan daripada this program, including people like Afifa Ali juga, yang dah berjaya mengurangkan 20 kilo berat badan. Yeah, congratulations to Afifa. We just posted her photo on our Instagram hari itu. Let me see. Bukan soal kurus. Yeah, this is Afifa here. I'm going to hide this real quick. Yeah, so this is Afifa Ali. She was 82 kilos before. Now is an amazing 61 kilo and a very, very, very positive, strong young lady. Yeah, and if you want to meet her more up close and personal, yeah, join our program at bukansoalkurus.com. Virtual, nothing to lose, so much to gain, knowledge pelbagai. And yes, we are not berasaskan produk, bukan again produk tu jahat, but because again there are a lot of programs yang tiba-tiba kena beli ni, ada produk ke. So in our case, there are no products that we sell. But we discuss products intellectually, just like we do here right now. All right. Next, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, cream kurus semalam. There are these things like cream kurus lah, selua kurus and all. But at the end of the day, no matter of all these products that we have, masalah obesity makin meluas. And it's not because of the products. It's because of gaya hidup and pemakanan yang menjadi punca masalah. So penyelesaiannya is not the product. Penyelesaiannya is to look at the punca yang mencetuskan masalah tu in the first place. It's the lack of activity, and pemakanan yang tak terkawal. That is how you mengatasi and mengawal keadaan. If your makanan is still kurang bagus, still you kurang aktif, there's no pistol kurus or cream kurus or seluar kurus or product kurus that will membantu anda. But that does not mean the product is lying. It's just soal. That's not the solution to your problem. But at the end of the day, of course, it's a commercial arrangement, and they will try and to persuade you dengan pelbagai janji-janji yang manis. If the product says tak perlu jaga makan, hanya ambil produk mereka, forget it. If the product says tak perlu bersenam, tak perlu aktifkan diri, makanlah, sapulah krim ini, forget it. It does not work that way. Jangan dipermainkan, jangan diperguna. Boleh memperguna, but jangan diperguna. You have to be pengguna yang bijaksana. But that's where ilmu asas tu penting, supaya at the end of the day anda tidak dipergunakan. Beres. All right. Let's see what else we have here. La. Let me see. Yeah, again, I'm going to try to answer the questions as simple as possible. Okay. Marihan asking, Hi, Coach, sekali saya exercise, mesti kerap menguap. Boleh saya tahu sebab apa? Now, menguap is not because you malas. Menguap is a thermal control mechanism of the body to cool you down. Because when you pull in air, macam kipas, you funnel in the air walaupun dia agak panas, and masuk dalam, the air is still cooler than your body temperature, and that's where your body is trying to pull in more air to cool down the brain terutamanya. So, Marihan, if you're wearing a scarf or tudung, especially yang berwarna hitam, which tends to, again, menyimpan haba, traps heat, again, it could be that it's trying to cool down, hence you banyak menguap. Pada masa yang sama, it could be that you are looking to pull in more oxygen juga. So yeah, look at the environment senaman, indoor ke outdoor. Cool yourself down dengan pelbagai kaedah secara umumnya. But generally speaking, it is a cooling mechanism, badan, which makes you menguap semasa bersenam. Again, don't worry, it's not soal Puan Marihan is malas or mengantuk sebenarnya. All right, let's see. Ifa, Coach, macam mana nak tingkatkan bone mass? Kenapa bila berat badan saya turun, bone mass saya pun turun? Now, when you are saying your bone mass turun, I am assuming it's because of the scale, macam the body composition scale that you buy and you step on it and it gives you peratusan protein, muscle mass, air, bone mass dan sebagainya. Those machines are extremely, I would not say they are extremely inaccurate, but they're not very accurate. How these machines work, basically you step on the machine dengan dua tapak kaki yang tak berstocking, and then there's two pads, some electromagnetic pad ke apa, and one will shoot a small electric current from one side and menanti how fast it sampai ke destinasi yang sebelah itu, and based on kelajuan of that connection, it will menganggar peratusan air, lemak, otot, bone mass dan sebagainya. But it's an estimation. It is not 100% accurate. But if that is not your case, or if that is your case, and you agak runsing about your bone mass, my advice to you would be to look to actually visit a physician, visit a clinic, or visit a hospital, dapatkan a executive health screening to ask them to check the bone mass pada masa yang sama juga, just untuk dapatkan kepastian if there is a decrease of bone mass secara umumnya, which happens to every one of us as we makin berusia because of wear and tear and aging. Faktor seperti calcium deficiency dan seterusnya. Micro, ya, we have the macronutrients and the micronutrients. Your macro is your protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And then the micro is all the minerals, magnesium, iron, calcium, and all. You can look at what deficiencies that you may have. But again, jangan percaya bulat-bulat on the body composition scale itu sendiri. It's fun, but even if you timbang pagi, siang dan malam pun bacaan dia lain-lain, because again it is quote-unquote oversimplified estimation sahaja. So don't take it at heart value or at full value. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Afifa, Kurus, slim sudah, lawa and fit, very, very fit lady. All right, Suhail, our champion di sini. Coach, apa pendapat coach mengenai program yang guna DNA test untuk tentukan diet and lifestyle kita? Example, Circle DNA. I used to do a Circle DNA. They approached me as well. So Circle DNA, they approached me. Let me see if I can find the picture of it. They approached me juga to do this Circle DNA test, and I did the test just curious. And let me see if I have the video here. I have the video here. Let me show you real quick. Let me see. Let me just see. I'm going to share the screen sekejap. One second. Oh, yo, tu besar sangat pula. I share with you. Stop screen. So this was the Circle DNA test that my family and I did. So it's quite interesting sebenarnya. I did this about 1 or 2 years ago, and I would not say it's not scientific, and I would not say that it must be followed 100%. But long story short, it gives you a scientific analysis of many things: your heritage, cancer markers potentially, foods which you can eat, not supposed to eat, which is meant for your DNA and all. It's similarly to the blood type diet. And if you're blood type A, B, or AB or O, makanya you kena makan A, B, or makan ayam ke tak ayam ke, oats ke tak oats ke. But the problem is, if I am not supposed to eat chicken, but I really like chicken, is a problem. And for me, Suhail, and you know me very well already, for me, kesihatan is not soal kesempurnaan. It's really about a balance of pilihan yang baik and pilihan yang kurang baik. And at the end of the day, we as manusia yang serba kekurangan, we pilih a balance yang sesuai dengan diri kita. Now, does that mean the DNA, Circle DNA is not good to know? I would not say that. It's fun to know. And they have an app on phone as well that gives you so many information that if I only looked at once and never again. I was only really interested in my heritage. I was interested to know where my heritage is from, and it gives you a very specific breakdown on your heritage, whether you are Malay or Chinese or Caucasian, or even ada unsur of African blood in your heritage. Now I found it quite interesting. And then the cancer markers I found was quite interesting for me to sort of look at. Would I pay for the test? No, I would not pay. It's quite expensive. Because it was given for me for free, I figured, okay, why the hell not? But would I pay for it? Personally, no. I would not pay for it. I would rather go for health screening to do the analysis, because it's not cheap. I think it costs what, 3, 4, 5,000 ringgit, or 1, 2, 3,000 ringgit. So it's not very cheap, but if you have disposable money to do so, then go for it. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, soalan daripada Muhammad Inas Mat Talib, gambar kau. Salam coach. Waalaikumsalam. Beras apa yang sesuai untuk diet? semua jenis beras sesuai untuk diet. I personally eat beras yang perang, tak perang, putih, mama, kedai tepi jalan, aneka beras. Yang paling penting is not jenis beras terlebih dahulu. Yang paling penting for me, number one, is the quantity pengambilan beras. And let's talk about nasi, not beras. Sekali makan nasi, tak kira jenis nasi, nasi putih, nasi perang, herboponi, berani nasi goreng ke basmati ke, always go for segenggam tangan kau, which is what we sarankan as sekali makan carbohydrates. So once that is bagus, once you dah mahir mengawal segenggam tangan, then only you go for perhaps menilai the quality of the quantity, which would then be the beras perang, basmati, herboponi, and white rice. The difference between the white rice and herboponi and brown rice is the GI Joe, or the glycemic index. So nasi perang and nasi basmati or herboponi, dia punya GI, glycemic index lebih rendah, tidak menggelorakan glukos darah dengan banyak, so lebih mengenyangkan. And that is cabaran untuk ramai orang mengawal nafsu makanan yang bergelora pagi, siang dan malam. So if you are aware tentang pilihan carbohydrates anda, and you know that nasi basmati ke herboponi lebih berfiber, lebih mengenyangkan, and you suka dengan taste nasi perang, then you go for it. Do we eat nasi perang at home? No, it's a bit too dry for my kids especially to makan. Can I eat it? Okay lah. My wife doesn't really enjoy it as well, so we have some kind of basmati rice, which is again not the best, not the worst, but something in the middle. But even if I go out and makan tepi jalan ke restoran ke apa, I am super happy with nasi putih. Yang paling penting is kawalan kuantiti secara umumnya. Beres? Beres. All right. La 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 ta 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 ta. Okay, long question here from Heli. Currently my weight is 36, 63, height 164, trying to lose another 7 kilos in 2 months, but it seems like very susah. I control my food intake. I do exercise regularly, about 3 times a week, but penurunan is so slow. Estimate about 500 grams per week. Is there any tips to make it a little bit faster? Now, my advice, Heli, is I read a lot of positivity in your question. You are at 63. You are losing weight. You've lost 7 kilos in 2 months. Really great. You exercise 3 times a week. Don't be so fixated on the kelajuan penurunan, because 500 gram in 2 weeks, in 500 gram seminggu is amazing. It's really great. That would be 26 kilos a year. And that's where ramai orang always macam tertekan, because they want cepat, nak kurus semalam kalau boleh, but it will take time. And even 0.5 a week is really fast, and you will most likely not be able to maintain it minggu ke minggu as the weight keeps going down. Because as the weight keeps going down, your calorie requirements go down. So hence the diet changes that you do will not have the same impact macam permulaannya. Think about a car. Bigger car needs more fuel to run itself. A small car is more fuel efficient. So same thing with you juga. So my job right now as your friend and as your coach is to really help you manage expectation, to keep doing what you are doing, but allow for it to take time. And 500 gram seminggu, again, is super awesome. And even if it's only 300 gram a week, it's still progress. And that's very normal. So don't get, thrown off guard and off track by social media. Social media will always tell you like this pineapple story of 15 kilo 3 minggu and all. It doesn't work that way. And even if there are people who lose 5-6 kilos seminggu, it's always the first week only. Why? Because that's when you lose water. Lepas tu, it will slow down according to the 1 kilo, 7,700 calories. But yeah, do join our program if you want, so that you can perhaps learn more about it. Be surrounded by orang-orang yang sehaluan, seharapan, and we can help you bersama to manage the expectation juga. Because managing your own expectation penting. Because if your expectations are luar biasa, you will get stressed and you will not be able to sustain because it's just so stressful and so negative. But if you have the knowledge, you have the kesadaran, you know how to manage your expectation, and your expectations are wajar, then it is easy for you to keep on track because you are in control of what you are doing, and not misled by social media noise. Yeah, so Heli type, I wish you all the best and teruskan usaha anda yang memang dah bagus pun. All right. Yeah, it is very expensive. The Circle DNA, yeah. They spend a lot of money on social media marketing, especially influencers. Nothing wrong with that. It's a good strategy. But yeah, it's not cheap. All right. La 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 la. Time check. It is 8:54. We have maybe about 5 more minutes or so, and then we will wrap it up for today. And yeah, back again minggu depan. All right, Nuri Nur, very cool picture you have there. Nak tanya, kenapa orang yang buat body weight semua tu tak nak tengok penimbang? Adakah ini namakan bukan sekadar kurus? There's no, in our program, Nuri, we have this rule called suka hati kau. And we have another rule called don't follow anything anyone says. Now, there is this suka hati kau rule is there's no one can tell you when to timbang and when not to timbang. It is really up to you and how you manage your own decision making. Some people like to timbang pagi, siang dan malam. Some people suka sekali seminggu. I pun timbang every day. Why? The penimbang is right there in the toilet where I go to multiple times a day, and it takes literally 5 seconds to step on it. Just gatal, to step on it just to get, I don't know, it's just there. So you do it. So there is no right way. There is no wrong way. It's only suka hati engkau way. So don't worry about what people do, and do what makes you happy. And that is not dinamakan bukan soal kurus or bukan sekadar kurus. Yang itu is suka hati engkau. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Let me find something else to see. Yeah, Cloudy Eza. Coach Kevin, biasa ambil berapa lama untuk dapatkan 6-pack for women? Very subjective. Ia bergantung kepada, berat badan kini, peratusan lemak sekarang. But sangat-sangat susah for ladies to have a visible 6-pack without the lighting and all, because peratusan lemak wanita is naturally higher than the male. How long it would take? I would not be too concerned with how long it will take. I would probably be more concerned with where are you now? Where do you want to be in the future? How do you know what it takes for you to get from where you are right now and where you want to be? Because weight loss itself will not necessarily get you a visible 6-pack. Untuk menampakkan otot 6-pack, dalam tanpa pakaian di bilik air ke apa, on your own, it requires a lot of knowledge on water retention, to membuang the air yang berlebihan. Again, remember, majority badan adalah air. More than 50-60% of our body is water. And walaupun you kurangkan lemak badan, you can still berilmu untuk kurangkan berat air badan. Now, naturally, your water loss will come with the weight loss. But at some stage, to really have that dry, toned, ripped look, It requires some weight training ke apa, even to menonjolkan the otot tu sikit, bagi dia besar sikit, and then to then buang the water, so that that soft layer of water atas permukaan muka kulit ke apa is gone, so that you have that more kering look, which is, I guess, I will not say it's more aesthetic, but it's what certain people aim for, but not sustainable in long term. I have friends who are female bodybuilders. I have friends who are female fitness competitors, not the same thing, but when they step on the stage and they have that really nice toned look, that's not how they look all year long. That's only how they look really for the competition, but it requires extreme dedication to pemakanan, training, water retention. It's not easy, and they only do it for certain periods sahaja, when they are competing, or maybe ada photo shoot dan sebagainya. Yeah, but long story short, Cloudy Eza, wishing you all the best dengan your usaha untuk mendapatkan a visible six pack, because we all have six pack. It's just soal nampak tak nampak, and you can try and cucuk diri tu ke barang kalian besar as you get deeper. Adalah kat situ. If you had no six pack, nak berdiri pun tak boleh. All right. Maybe one or two more questions that we have here. Daripada Muhammad Zul Hazmi. Salam coach. Waalaikumsalam. Any tips on cutting sugar tanpa minum air putih sahaja satu hari? Any tips on cutting sugar tanpa minum air putih? Tanpa minum air putih atau dengan minum air putih? Now, cutting sugar, if you want tips for cutting sugar daripada sumber air, my advice is just separuhkan your drinks. If you have teh tarik, limau ais, syrup ais, instead of minum the whole cup, just drink half a cup. And if you cannot, because you cannot go to the mama, boss, satu teh tarik separuh sahaja, they don't care. They will still give you segelas, because you cannot just pay for half sahaja. So what I normally do with my family, my wife, and my kids, we only order one air manis, because all of us want to rasa minum air manis, because that is the one yang menggembirakan. The air kosong tu is great for dahaga, but dia tak puas. So even we all drink air manis pagi, siang dan malam, but in moderation. So if we do go out, for let's say mama ke restaurant, we will order one air manis and we will all share. So my advice, as easy as it sounds, for step number one, just separuhkan pengambilan air manis di mana-mana that you are, and the other half have air kosong. So when I order air at the restaurant, we order air kosong for everyone and one air manis for us to share. Beres? All right. I think that is all we have time for today. I want to thank everyone for joining me for our little session. Yeah, if you do want to join our upcoming cabaran 30 hari, ia akan bermula pada 21 Jun ini sehingga 20 Julai. It's a virtual program. You can sign up or layari Bukan Soal Kurus for more information. But it's going to be program pembelajaran bersama. We have a platform, very, very amazing. And there are 4 live sessions every week dengan senaman, perbincangan, and we cover really a lot of holistic things untuk bantu anda berdepan dengan usaha anda untuk kurang kawal berat badan, because it's not easy. But if you do it beramai-ramai and you have a strong support system, then insyaAllah ia lebih mudah untuk anda meneruskan perjuangan, and tak mudah rasa nak give up, because I know it is not easy. Yeah, so with that, again, thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have not done so yet, do share this live session dengan kawan-kawan seperjuangan. And if you have sebarang pertanyaan yang lain, again, wait for next week. Join our program or leave it in the ruangan comment down below. I will do my best to check it out. Yeah, with that, have a great night. Assalamualaikum and bye-bye. Thank you.